I grew up in Karachi. I was there until I was, I think, 14 or 15. And then I moved to New York, and I've basically been here ever since. Yeah.
Awesome.
We moved because my youngest brother, not the one that's 3 years younger than me, he had leukemia, and he was kind of diagnosed when we were on this summer vacation in New York. And that kind of just changed life. I guess my brother had some tests, and I think my mom was like, okay, well, we should just take him out, like let him have a good time. And we're about to leave the house, and the phone rings. And I remember my dad walked over to the phone and answered it and was like, okay, well, the doctor's calling us in. And at that very moment, I knew that something was wrong, but I think that just kind of changed the dynamic of my entire life. It was really tough because my dad's a pilot. He couldn't work here. He had to kind of go back and like fly back and forth. I was the eldest child, so I felt like I had to act like the mother almost, because my mom lived a very dependent life, like on her dad, and then she got married very young and was very dependent on my dad. So I felt like I had to grow up like right away in that very moment. I felt like there was nights where I would just cry, and I didn't really have anyone to talk to about it at that time. But then I'd have to like just wake up in the morning and act like I was like really strong and it was okay and we were gonna get through this. And so it was tough, I would say, for a long time because, my dad had to leave. I had to like help my mom through this whole thing. I had to go to Brooklyn High School, coming from a all-girls like convent school in Karachi, Pakistan. It was like such a change. But if I look back now, I feel like I don't even know where I would be had that not happened. I think pain for me is a heartbreak. And if I had, I think heartbreak would be pain. Last week, actually, I think I cried because there was a lot of different emotions going on, or a lot of different things that were happening in my life when it came to work, when it came to like, I guess, love, and I was just feeling a little overwhelmed and didn't know which kind of way I wanted to go. And I'm a crier. I'm super emotional. I'll cry, if I see someone crying, I'll cry. If I see a sad movie, I'll cry. So honestly, it's like the best way for me to actually just deal with like anxiety or like any kind of like sadness. I feel way better if I cry, but I think it was last week. I think it would be somewhat not fully sweet, so I guess floral, but also mysterious. I don't like something too sweet, but I also don't like something very masculine. So kind of something in the middle, I would say. Kind of like me, I guess. Sweet, but a little bit of mystery.